Sure. My name is Nina Saleh. My parents are originally from Pakistan. I lived in Britain for 20 years. When you start the adoption process in the UK, you have to tell the adoption agency who the orphanage is in Pakistan you wish to select. They also need to check that it's a recognized, well known. So, this is how I chose, but obviously, I do not wish to share the name of the orphanage. My parents are from Pakistan. My mom is involved with orphanages in Pakistan. She had quite a big desire for me or one of my siblings to adopt from Pakistan. Pakistan was always on the back of my head because I obviously know a little bit more about the culture there, which I can pass on to my child as opposed to, for example, a different country. Once I was getting close to the time, so I went to visit prior to arriving for adoption, just for a week, just to get my bearings around. So that was the only, experience I had in Karachi, was that 1 week I was here prior to coming for adoption in November last year. In terms of accommodation, it was something that a friend of mine recommended, because obviously I don't know the areas, I don't know anything about Karachi. I think life as a woman in Pakistan is quite restricted. I didn't feel I could be out alone with my child. I didn't feel safe because obviously it's a very male dominated society. After 2 weeks, when I went to the diary's office in Karachi to pick up my child's passport, it had a letter attached to it saying that my daughter's visa was refused on the basis that UK does not allow adoption from Pakistan, despite all the documents saying legal guardianship. And my covering letter also stated. So once the orphanage calls you and say you've been matched, you go there and pick up the child. The child is actually yours from that moment. So it starts living with you from that moment. So it's not a matter of why I was fighting for that child. It's not that child. It is my child I was fighting for. So the only difference is that I didn't carry her for 9 months. But as far as I'm concerned, she's part of me and she's my baby. I reached out to my local MP. I reached out to the Minister of Immigration. She didn't help. There are a lot of, a lot of high-profile people I reached out to for help who in the government who refused, not refused, but they didn't even respond to my emails. In the end, the Home Office in May, on 17th of May, they agreed that they required 3 weeks where they will reconsider my case and provide response. After 3 weeks, they emailed my MP advising they were not able to reach a decision and they require more time. But what was very frustrating was that they were not able to provide a time frame. So you can imagine I'm there with a small baby and not knowing the time frame is extremely frustrating because you want to be back home. And I already had been in Pakistan for, at that time, I'd been in Pakistan for 6 months then. Home Office didn't do their job. They don't have any system in place to catch these issues. I think it's lack of training, it's lack of responsibility, it's lack of ownership, and no accountability whatsoever. Yes, that's correct. So one thing I didn't mention was, as I was not getting any response from the Home Office, I did hire a UK immigration lawyer to help my case. But sadly, that didn't help my case either. So she received an email after Guardian published, not only Guardian, but other media agents as well. Once my story went viral, the decision was overturned in 48 hours, which I find quite disgusting, to be honest. And I was struggling. I was trying for 4.5 months. You don't pay the orphanage here in Pakistan. You only pay the adoption agency in the UK.
Okay, and how much was that?
Approximately around £14,000. Tired 24/7. You don't have much sleep. Your life is all about the baby, her sleep, her, what she wants to eat. But it's something I would not change. I wouldn't change even a second of that for anything. She's amazing child. She's thriving being back. She's a smiley baby, as everybody keep referring to her as, which she is. She's happy and she's my world. And, I can't imagine loving anything or anyone more than I love her. You can only imagine how worried my mother was, my family, they were so worried. Also, my friends were extremely worried because in the end, I spent 7.5 months in Pakistan, and I was supposed to leave Pakistan after 3 months. I think it would be unfair to sum it up in one word. But obviously, next time when I visit Pakistan with my child, I'd love to explore Pakistan more because it's a beautiful country. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.
Assalamu alaikum, this is Edie from Azal Band and kindly subscribe to the channel Mere Log.